Like my good friend just went to a family wedding last weekend, and the couple, they're Italian,
Yeah.
and they ended up over like 6 month time frame making 4,500 gnocchis, and
Wow.
then they would freeze it, and then they served that at their wedding. Isn't that
Oh,
cool?
that's so sweet.
So the couple made this gnocchi, and then
Yeah.
that was what they served for their wedding dinner,
Yes.
Oh, that's
I love
cool.
that.
Yeah.
That's
That's so
so
sweet.
personable and adorable. It's like, we have some Italian friends and we've been to their weddings. I mean, these were a long time ago, but they would have sweet tables and all the aunties would make like their specialty and it would be on the sweet table. I'm a big fan of that sweet table. I think that is
I mean,
amazing. And to
that's a
have like
great
all
idea.
like
Yeah.
customized treats. I
Yeah.
mean, bring it on. That is way better than like some crazy chicken with some sauce on it. Like that is
I'm
a
with
great
you.
Yeah.
I love that idea.
Welcome to Three Little Fishes. We're three sisters who grew up in the Midwest together, but have since spread across the country. I live in Los Angeles.
I'm in Nashville.
And I live in Philadelphia. We are all married with children, have all had careers, but now we stay at home with our families.
Join us as we share secrets and stories about being women, wives, and mothers.
We welcome you to laugh along, learn something new, reach out, and join our conversation.
So let's jump in.
What's up, fishes?
Hello, fishes.
Ah,
How's
happy to see you.
everybody doing? I don't know why I just sung that. I can't sing. I don't know what made me feel like I should sing
You
the
just are in a
hello.
jovial singing mood, I guess.
I don't know why
Yeah,
I did that.
go with it. I
I
like
don't
it.
know. I don't know. What's up, girls? What's happening?
So my oldest is home from college, and I love it. But I have to say, he is a mess. He is like so untidy. And I said to him, like, we're not a fraternity house. Like, you can't pee on the seat. You can't leave dishes in the sink. Like, come on. Like, you're going to get kicked out in a minute.
Yeah.
So
Oh, those are fighting words from you.
I know. He's like, okay, mom. But the one thing that is kind of making me laugh is he is like all the boys, for some reason, these teenagers are big into this Bush Apple beer
Well, he's
from
not a
Yes.
teenager. He's
Budweiser.
big now.
Well, he's
Yeah.
20.
Yeah.
Um, he's not legal yet either.
Yeah.
But this Bush Apple is a huge thing, and they call it BAPL. And
Mhm.
he found a couple cases that he bought home. He brought them home
He
with
brought
him.
some
Now
of that
he's like,
home. He brought some of that to Nashville when he drove through.
yeah, I mean, and
Yeah.
then I've asked them, like, what is the big deal about this? And they're like, well, because it hasn't been out in a few years and everybody wants it and you can't get it here. So this is like a
I
huge
just want
summer
to tell
thing.
you, I think it's vile. Like in Nashville, you had some and you're like, let's all try it. I mean, that is not my jam at all. Yuck.
It's not mine either. I
First
don't
of all,
really like cider
ugh,
either, so
Well, it's like, it's not as sweet and it tastes a little bit like cider. I tried some. Like, it's
mhm.
not really my jam either, but it's not bad. Like,
Yeah.
I had no water or BAPL. I would drink.
That's a pretty low bar, I have to
Yeah, I
say.
mean,
if I'm super thirsty and there's nothing else for me to drink and that's at my disposal, I will drink it.
yeah.
But it's Bush. I mean, Bush beer is not good.
Yeah,
And
it's
then
not.
you put a little apple flavor to it, but the kids do love it. Like my kids loved it when he was here, and now I do think it's being distributed nationwide for a little while. I mean, yeah,
Yep.
I mean, whatever.
The summer rage.
It's the summer. It's the it drink for the summer
I mean,
for the
Kathy,
college kids.
maybe you'll just let your Cosmo go and you'll just carry around this bush apple. You could put it in a little
Put
fancy
it in like a
drink.
little martini glass.
Yeah, there you
Be
go.
fancy. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like it.
Move over, Amstel Light.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Isn't that
know.
what
Oh
you drink?
gosh.
No.
What do you drink? What do you drink? Now it's the beer I don't like. Miller Ultra. Oh, Ultra.
I do
Michelob
ultras.
Ultra.
I like Coors Light.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Holly's my favorite.
Well,
Well,
as I mentioned last week, I don't know why you don't drink Yingling. It's so good.
I know.
it's
And
heavy.
so Nancy's going to be in Philadelphia next week, and I promise you, you're going to drink a Yingling.
Yeah.
I'm going to.
I
I'm
think we should
having that.
video it.
Yeah, let's
You
do it.
enjoying your Yingling.
Yeah. Can I have a frosted mug with it?
Oh gosh, you are high maintenance. What's
I mean,
happening
really,
here?
Nancy.
I mean, what
Seriously,
else can we do for you? Roll out the red carpet?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm
that
looking.
Um,
might push me over. I don't
at
know.
my
The
house,
frosted mug is too much. You can't handle it. Don't you have the
Well, my
copper ones
freezer
like
is so
mom and dad have?
full. It's so full. It's
I
like
know,
all these glasses I can't handle.
I
So
know.
you have glasses in there. So it will should be no trouble.
Okay.
No,
That's what I just heard.
I took them out. Oh,
She's
okay.
getting party ready. She doesn't have extra room in her freezer.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you
So
have
at,
jalapenos though? Jalapenos for our drinks?
We need a pronunciation lesson.
Jalapenos.
Jalapeno.
Yes.
Very
okay,
good.
we were all together last weekend, and Nancy and I actually did slice up a jalapeno and put it in our white wine. And both of us, I think I speak for you as well, Nance, when we both say it's really not that great. Like
No.
it does add a little bit of spice to your drink, but it's not worth the extra effort, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
that's a no. That was a
Okay,
I
no.
there we
feel
So
go.
that's a follow-up for everyone who's been
Jalapeno.
listening.
Jalapeno.
No
jalapeno.
jalapenos in the Sauvignon Blanc. In other news, at the Schultz house, we said goodbye to our daughter Sabrina yesterday, and she is now in London for the summer. She's taking a couple classes and doing an internship. So she is launched, and she sent
Good
me a
luck,
text this
Sabrina.
morning and
That's awesome.
sitting at a little cafe having,
Ooh.
because her whole process doesn't start till Monday, so she has a couple of days to kind of get
Yeah, that's
acclimated.
enough.
That
Yeah.
sounds so Emily in Paris, like sitting at the cafe having a
Yeah.
prosecco and
Yes.
bread.
Or
Yes.
croissant. Do they?
Or
Yes. But she's
croissant.
in London, not in
Right.
Paris. But yes,
Well,
it does feel very Emily in Paris. So yeah, that's big news.
Well, we
Yeah.
don't really have anything that exciting happening here, except that I've roped him into helping at the elementary school where they're doing Gold Rush. And it's just a whole day of where these kids learn about the Gold Rush era here in California. And they have all these stations where they get to do things. And he has to be there at like 7:45 until like 2:30, which I forgot to mention when I signed him up for it. So anyway, we're doing that.
Fun.
That sounds good.
Yeah, I like
Well,
it.
I want to tell you guys there was some big news that I noticed that the Chrisleys, Chrisley Knows Best. It used to be on
Mm-hmm.
television.
Mm-hmm.
The
Mm-hmm.
Chrisleys, Todd and Julie, both parents, were pardoned yesterday by President Trump and they were
Mm-hmm.
released from prison. I think he
Yeah.
was
Mm-hmm.
supposed to serve like 12 years and she was supposed to serve like 7. And I'm just like fascinated by this because I really like this show and I really like the grandmother the most because I just thought she was cool, Nanny Faye,
Yeah.
but she has since passed. But
I didn't
I
realize she
anyway,
passed.
I
We
think
used to watch that show too, and I used to love his outrageousness. And
I know
then
he's so like I don't know what it is about him because I think
he's
like
just funny. He's just
is
a
he
funny
gay?
guy.
He has like a little
I
like
don't know.
feminine
Yeah,
tendency,
he's
but
definitely
he's so
metrosexual.
but he's so funny. They're
He's
like
so
all
funny.
like
They're
I don't know why.
outrageous.
I mean,
Yeah,
he's a con artist, and they swindled like $30 million or something. So
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
but he's funny.
I'm not sure how I feel about it. I'm not sure. All
Yeah.
right, you guys,
I
let's
used
move
to love that show. Anyway, just like a little tiny thing is Savannah Chrisley lives in Brentwood,
yeah.
where I live. So, I actually have seen her at the market. She's very pretty
Do you say
and very
hello?
nice.
I mean,
No, I didn't say hello. I don't say
okay.
hello to celebrities.
Oh.
And is she? I mean, is she? I mean, are they celebrities? I don't know.
Well, you clearly have an opinion about it.
Yeah.
I just feel like when you are convicted of fraud with that much money, and
Yeah, I mean, they definitely did something wrong.
it's not like he was like, accidentally accused of something and he was put in jail for something he didn't do. I mean, it's like $30 million of fraud. So I guess that's my problem with it. I'm sure they're happy to be reunited with their family, and I'm sure jail is not fun.
Are you
So,
gonna talk about customer service and Bosch or no?
yeah, yes. You guys have me all flustered. So Johanna got you guys remember Swatch watches? They were so
Mhm,
Yeah.
big in the 80s and they're still
mhm,
around. And we got her a
mhm.
Swatch watch for Christmas. And she loved it. And part of their spiel is you can switch out the bands and you can have new bands and have a new look. But her band already broke for some reason. So we took it back to Swatch over the weekend and we said, can you fix this because it broke? And they're like, oh gosh, we don't have the tools to do that. I'm like, okay, well, can you send for a tool or can I get a tool? Feels like this should not be broken already. And your
Yeah.
brand is you can switch out the bands. I know it's going to sound really crazy, but we don't have the tools and Swatch can't send us a tool. We have no way to replace this band or switch it out. And honestly, I felt like I was like, wait, what? Like I kept going back and forth because it didn't track. You say you can switch out these bands, and that's part of the spin of why swatches are so fun. But you're telling me that I can't get the tool to switch out the band. They're like, no, and we can't replace the watch for you because the watch itself works. But if the watch itself didn't work, we would give you a new one. Well, it basically doesn't work because she can't wear it. So what's that? Is that weird, you all?
I actually am bewildered by this whole thing, to be totally honest. I don't understand that. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it's weird. So I'm not going to support Swatch anymore. And I'm just wondering, has anybody else had this problem? It's ridiculous. And
Well,
then,
that seems like a scam itself. Like
yeah,
if
yeah,
if they have other bands that you can change out, like the Whoop you can change out. Like
right. Totally.
My son Trevor's been changing his watch. That just seems not right.
It's so dumb. And then, so that customer service is to
Mm.
me ridiculous. And then the
Yeah,
other
that's
thing is,
awful.
if you've been listening to the podcast over time, I have Bosch um, things in my kitchen.
Hmm.
And so I've had a problem with my Bosch oven. I've had a problem with my dishwasher. And now my refrigerator, the ice maker has stopped working.
That's
Like,
horrible.
what? Like, again, Bosch is like, I don't
Gosh,
know. I don't
step
understand.
up your game.
So, anyway, if
And your
anybody
stuff
listens,
isn't that old, right? It's like
no,
3 years old?
it's not old at all. And we bought it brand new. So
Yeah, I
just like
mean,
all in all, like Swatch and Bosch, do better, do better.
it's terrible.
Yeah,
I'm
I
sorry.
concur. I concur.
All right, y'all. Before we move on, I just want to remind everybody to please rate, review, send messages, invite your favorite fishes to jump in and join our conversation. All right, today we're going to be talking weddings. It's June and it's wedding season. And we started thinking about it because Sarah, Linda's oldest daughter, is in her first wedding.
She is. It's so crazy. It's like I was trying to reflect back. I think when I graduated from college, you do go through these like little clumps of like matrimony where everyone they graduate and they get married and then they graduate from graduate school and get married and then like around 30 there's another like bunch of people that get married. So she is in her first wedding. She helped with the bridal shower already. We have the bridesmaid's dress already. Now they're talking about like the bachelorette party, which this woman wants. So she has just graduated from Virginia Tech. She has a job already. Her fiance has a job, and they're getting married in the winter. So it just kind of made me think about, you know, June is such a traditional time to get married, and I have a little nugget as to why. It's so there's all kinds of songs and movies and stuff like that about being a June bride, or always in love or whatever. But the reason June was such a popular time to get married is because the weather starts getting nicer. There's more flowers in bloom, so you can have decorations. And back in the day, like a long time ago, if you got married in June, chances are you would have your baby in spring. Then you would be recovered enough that you could help with the harvest in the fall.
Oh, all
So
right.
there was a very practical foundation for getting married in June.
Kind of takes the romance out of it,
Kinda
but
does.
right, like
Yeah.
be
I
ready to work in the
mean,
fields.
yeah, get ready 'cause, no rest for the weary. So, congratulations to those June brides. Hope you have spring babies. I mean, I don't know.
Is Sarah's bridesmaid's dress, the saying is, oh, and you can wear it again. It's so versatile. Is this dress something she would wear again?
No, it's very pretty, but it's that, like, polyester almost material, like you
Oh,
do you remember that movie, 27 Dresses?
Yes.
yes.
So, there's the line that every single, like, bride would say is like, "And the best thing about your dress is you can shorten it and wear it again."
Yeah.
No, I mean, this is just that kind of material that you would never shorten it. I mean, it's beautiful, floor length, traditional, hunter green, I think was the color, but no, she will not wear it again. I
Where are they
mean,
going on their the party,
The
bachelorette party?
Bachelorette.
I want to know about this.
What's happening? And is she?
so maybe they'll come to Nash Vegas. That seems to
Oh,
be
Oh,
kind of like in the pool.
all right.
that's
But
like the most
she's
popular place, isn't it? Nash Vegas.
yeah, I mean, I she also has talked about real Las Vegas.
Oh,
So, I'm not really sure where she's gonna do it. That's still kind of in the works, but there's definitely gonna be a bachelorette party.
that's fun. Interesting. None of us got married in June.
Mhm.
I got
It's
married
in
in
Jersey.
July.
You got married in July. I got married in September. Linda, you got married in April, right? So no
Right.
June weddings.
No June weddings, but, mom and dad got married in June, and I asked mom about that, and they had a really small ceremony. They didn't have a big wedding, like, all of us had, I would say, pretty big weddings.
Yeah.
Like, so I asked her, like, "Were you would you do it over again? Would you do a bigger wedding?" And she was like, "No, I mean, I think, it was intimate and small," and she goes, "I really enjoyed having a small footprint. I don't think I would do it differently." But she's like, "But all of you girls' weddings were so fun." So she's like, "It
Yeah,
all works out the way it's supposed to." And I'm
yeah.
like, "Okay."
Our weddings were fun.
Our
Yeah. Did
weddings
you
were
guys
fun.
ever think about just eloping? Did you ever just think, you know what? I just want to elope and take off.
No.
Mm-mm.
I thought about it, but you know why I didn't? Because I thought people would get mad at me and I couldn't handle people being mad at me. Isn't that ridiculous?
Really? Yeah.
I mean, I did it. I had fun at our wedding. I think it's
Well, you guys
amazing. I'm
dated
glad
a
we did
long
it.
time. You dated a long time. I mean,
So yeah, I mean, there are times where like, let's just fly somewhere and get married, but we never did it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I have sort of mixed feelings about weddings, honestly. Like, I loved my wedding. It was awesome. And I feel like it's amazing to have a big celebration where you can have all the people that you love in one space because it doesn't happen that often. So, like, I love that about it. But the practical side of me is like, it's a party, it's so expensive. There's a lot of over the top. Like, I've been to some
Yeah.
over the top
Yeah.
parties and they're fun, but I just kind of feel like it's one
Day.
afternoon or one
Yeah.
evening or one day. Like, I don't know.
Have you guys seen that article about the couple in New York who charged for their wedding? They were selling tickets, $333 a ticket to attend their wedding to help them pay for it. What are your thoughts on charging your guests to come?
I think
Have y'all
that's
heard?
so tacky.
I do too.
tacky. I mean,
If you can't afford to throw a party the way you want it, then don't do it.
yeah.
I mean, that's not on me that you like limit your guest list or change up your party. I mean, I have a friend here in town. She and I were talking recently. She's like, when we got married, we had a pretty big wedding, but we had it at church. And then after the ceremony, we went into the basement of the church, and the ladies had made food, and we had mints and nuts, and we hung out in the basement church, and we had the greatest time. That was our
That's
wedding.
sweet.
It
Well, that's
wasn't
like
anything
that's,
fancy.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we've done that. One of our uncles did that. I mean, that's
Yeah.
nice. It's like, I
It's so
think you should do
nice.
what you can do, but don't charge your guests. Like, that's ridiculous.
What do
I
you guys
agree.
think about do you think getting married is become old fashioned, or do you think you need to get married? Like I feel like back in the day, you got married young, working the farmland or, for whatever reason, but now like I don't know if do you have to get married? Do you feel like it's important?
I mean, I was thinking about this because we had kind of talked about it. I mean, I think there are some people that are waiting till they're older to get married, which I think is completely fine. Um, your biological clock doesn't wait. So that's like the only problem with it is people, waiting till they're like 40. You don't have a lot of time. I mean, we have a friend that is having problems now because she wants to have a family. And it's like, you know, there's nothing you can do except pray that it will work. But I mean,
Mhm.
I think that people, I mean, that kind of like how we started this podcast, I was thinking about it like people need people. And I feel like if you don't find your person or like join together, I mean, life can get lonely, right? I
But you
mean,
don't have to be married to have your person, and really you don't have to be married to have a baby. Some people don't feel like that is
well, I
necessary.
know, but do you think that that's good for the kids?
I think people,
I mean, I think a
however you
father
can,
and a mother are important in like raising kids because you bring different perspectives.
I mean, I think that's true. You can do it.
yeah,
I kind of struggle with this too because, like, legally, you don't really have to be married. But I
No, but
was reflecting about this. Like, if you are married and something happens to your spouse,
yeah,
the person that's closestly related to you is your spouse when you're married. When you're not married, it could be then it's a brother or a sister or a mom or a dad or aunt or uncle. It doesn't matter if you are living with that person or not, unless you have it like legally documented. So I
yeah.
do think there is something, and then there's a mindset. Like once you make a commitment to somebody, it's a different frame of mind. It's not like you're dating or cohabitating. There is a
right.
commitment level that is different, and
Not
that is
whimsical,
important.
like I'm tired of you, like go away.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I
right.
think some people like, like Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell say they like that freedom that they choose it every single day. I think
Yeah.
for me, as you pointed out, Tim and I dated many years before we got married. And I thought that it would not feel any different because, we
Yeah,
were
we were
together all the
together for
time
so long. Yeah.
we're together anyway. But I will confess, it did feel different to me in a good way that I was surprised. But I don't know if everybody has that feeling. I think it's different for, different people. Like I like to know that he's now legally committed to like come home.
Right.
you know. Um but I think not everybody feels that way. And I think that things have changed. It's not like we're settling the land, like the land is settled, right? So
Yeah.
I do think it's different
Yeah.
for
But then if you
everybody.
have that person and you get married, does the wedding itself have to be like big?
Right.
No, I don't think it needs to be big.
Well, and I think that
What
you just made a point
whatever
that
you want.
weddings have gotten to be very expensive.
I
Everything has
mean, it's
become very
Well, you
expensive.
know what? I have this tidbit because I played golf today with lady whose daughter's getting married
Yeah.
this summer at the end of August, and she was telling me for them to get their hair done, like the wedding party, just the bride herself to do a trial hair makeup is $450.
What?
Oh, for a trial?
Yes. And then for
Well,
the wedding day, it's 750
no,
just for her.
no,
What?
no,
Yeah. I'm not
no.
kidding you guys. This just
I
happened today.
no, I'm not doing that. That's insane. That is insane. Do you know what I could do with $750? Like it.
$750 to get your makeup done and your hair curled or
No, that's a
whatever.
hard no for me. I am too frugal for that. That's insane.
It's
It's like a
insane.
wedding racket, I think.
Yeah.
These
Well, Kathy, so this is interesting. I got my hair colored, and the woman who colors my hair is Hispanic. And so she has this ginormous Hispanic family. And I was asking her about weddings because she's always got a wedding or a baby shower, a quinceanera or something. And I was like, so how does that work in your community? When someone gets married, like who pays for it? Does the bride and groom pay for it? Does the family? She goes, what do you mean? And I was like, well, who pays
who
for like, and she goes, well, if I was getting married, my dad would probably buy my dress and my family would all just chip in. They would be like, I'll do the cake, I'll pay for part of the reception. And people would
yeah.
just write checks and then and they would just take over because we have such a huge family. And I was like,
So
okay, so talk,
everybody pitches in.
everybody pitches in like and contributes to every
Yeah.
single wedding and every
That's kind of neat.
quinceanera. It's
Oh,
kind
I
of
like
cool.
that. I
And
do
it's
Yeah.
like that idea.
and it can be very fancy. She's like, I have this one uncle who always contributes to the reception and then he gets these guys on stilts and she was trying to describe it to me and I'm like, I kind of think I know what you're talking about, where they're like dressed up and they're on these tall stilts. She's like, yeah. And then they walk around and they pass out shots and they do like acts and stuff like that. And I was like, okay. And she goes, well, how do you do it? And I said, well, our parents pay for our weddings. The groom's family pays for the, the
Reception, the
Rehearsal.
rehearsal.
yeah.
Um, and then the bride and groom pay for their own honeymoon. And she was like, oh, okay. So I don't know. I think maybe every ethnicity or like whatever kind of does their own thing. And I'd be curious to hear from our listeners, like, how did you guys divvy that up? And has it changed for the children that you've paid for their weddings? Or
Yeah.
have
Right.
you paid for them? Because if you're getting married older, you don't need China. You've probably already got it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like back in the day, like remember Oklahoma, that like, when they get married.
Oklahoma.
Yes,
Oklahoma. That's what you're like
Oklahoma, the
referencing.
musical. Yeah, yeah, and they got everything. They got like, everything they needed because they were both 18 or something. They had
Yeah.
nothing. They were starting out
Yeah.
from nothing. So I don't know. I kind of think it's interesting to think about like,
Well,
what
we're
would that look
also
like?
we're not that fancy. I mean, at least I'm not that fancy. I have china, but I have grandma's old china, which I love. But like we hardly use it. I do like to get it out every now and then, but like I feel like as a whole, we're not as fancy, right, as a culture. Everything's more
Yeah,
casual, it feels
yeah,
like.
I
I don't
agree.
Yeah,
know.
I feel like this generation is more casual.
Hmm.
I mean, like I love my china and my crystal, and I get it out a couple times a year. And I'm like, we have to use it because it's like
Yeah,
just sits in the cabinet. But
yeah.
it's
We use ours too.
beautiful. I love
It's
it when we get it
beautiful.
out.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's just interesting. Like, I wonder how our kids feel about the idea of marriage. Like, has that changed over the years? Like, I think I don't regret having a wedding, and I really enjoyed it. Um, and I like being married. I'm just wondering, like, as the generation, our kids' generation, it'd be interesting to see how they feel about it. Like, is it as important to them as it was to our parents than when we got married? Like, mom and dad are like,
yeah,
"Are you going to get married? Are you
yeah.
going to settle
I
down?"
know. Well, they equate that with happiness.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta
I
find your
think all
person.
3 of mine have said that they wanna be married at some point.
I think
So,
my boys wanna get married.
yeah.
Like, my good friend just went to a family wedding last weekend, and she shared with me, the Instagram post, but the couple, they're Italian, and they made, gnocchi, which are like Italian dumplings. They're like
Mhm.
potato, egg, and flour,
Yum.
and they ended up over, like, 6-month time frame making 4,500 gnocchis, and then
Wow.
they would freeze it, and then they served that at their wedding. Isn't that
Aw,
cool?
that's so sweet.
So the couple made this gnocchi, and then
Yeah.
that was what they served for their wedding dinner,
Yes.
oh, that's
I love
cool.
that.
Yeah.
That's
That's so
so
sweet.
personable and adorable. It's like, we have some Italian friends and we've been to their weddings. I mean, these were a long time ago, but they would have sweet tables and all the aunties would make like their specialty and it would be on the sweet table. I'm a big fan of that sweet table. I think that is
I mean,
amazing. And to
that's a
have like
great
all
idea.
like
Yeah.
customized treats. I
Yeah.
mean, bring it on. That is way better than like some crazy chicken with some sauce on it. Like that
I'm
is a
with
great
you.
I love that idea.
I
It's
do
Yeah, I love
too.
that
personable.
idea.
It's so sweet. It's such a nice story too. Like I love that idea. So, I mean, weddings, I mean, they're probably coming, but all the June brides this month and next year if you're getting
Yeah.
engaged, like,
Congratulations. Your
it's
summer weddings. Congrats.
summer weddings. I mean, it's big time, and hopefully you'll always be a bride.
Oh, that's nice. Like Seven Brides or Seven Brothers.
Always a
Um,
bride.
Always a bride.
that's right. Do people even know that movie anymore?
I don't know.
Um,
I tried to show it to my kids, and they were like, "This is so boring."
We do.
well, I mean, they were basically kidnapped and like,
Well, our dog Millie's named after her.
I know. I
Millie.
love that.
Um,
Aw.
all right, y'all. So what's for dinner?
So we thought this week it would be appropriate to give you all the recipe for the gnocchi for Isabella and David's wedding that just happened last weekend. So you all can get in the kitchen and start making it.
With your spouse or your
With
partner?
yeah, with
I
Yeah.
whoever
love
you
it.
want.
I actually
Yeah.
think this is such a cute idea. In fact, I'm gonna do this with my people. My husband loves gnocchi, so I think I could get him on board with this.
All right.
Yeah.
I want
Yeah.
to hear this report when you guys
Yeah.
make this together.
I don't have one of those like little tray things that you roll it on to get the grooves. So we
I
might have
wonder
grooveless gnocchi, but I'm gonna give it a try.
I was just gonna say, does all gnocchi have a groove on it?
It
Do you
does.
have to?
I mean, typically it does because that's what catches the sauce, right? I mean, I don't know.
I don't
Oh.
know
Well,
either.
you'll have to
I don't know
report
much
back.
about it. I'm gonna try it too. I love to cook, so I think I
Yeah,
could get
I
Tim
love
to
this
cook with
idea.
me. He likes to cook too. So maybe
Mhm.
the next time maybe in the next couple weeks, I'll try to come back with the report that we've tried it.
Yeah, so I think we should report back on the gnocchi, and then I want to hear from our listeners if they're willing to tell us, like, what do you think about
Mm.
the budgeting of weddings? Like, have you done it recently? What are your thoughts about how that all happens? And what tips do you have for anybody who is out there starting to plan their wedding? Because they are expensive.
Yeah, let us know.
Well, we want to thank you for listening to our podcast and letting us sisters jump into your day. Please make sure to follow, rate, and review us. Please have a wonderful weekend. It's finally officially summer. Enjoy yourself. Fishes out.